Okay, guys. So this is episode 2 of Can I Be Honest? And I have an amazing guest who's going to share their story just about life, love, their wellness journey that they're on right now, about self-love, self-care. It is Maria, and I'm super excited to share you guys. She's an amazing person. If you ever have the opportunity to meet her in person and get her energy and get her vibe, she is like the ultimate hype girl. So Maria, thank you so much for taking time out of your
Yes.
vacation to be a part of this, to do this. I know you've heard this by everybody that you meet. You have such a beautiful soul that everybody just gravitates towards you. I mean, we're learning boundaries, but still, at
Oh
the end of
yeah.
the day, at
Yeah,
the end of the
boundaries.
at the end of the day, you are such a very sweet, kind person that I think anybody who gets to meet you is very lucky. And I'm very grateful. Maria and I have a very interesting way on how we've met. I'll let Maria tell you
Mhm.
guys a little bit about that story. So Maria, thank you again for being a part of Cam.
Yay, thank you for having me. I'm pretty blessed to be able to have the opportunity to be here so you can let people know who's around you because you have a crew, so I'm blessed to be here and I'm very happy that you chose me. So
Oh, well, thank
um,
you.
yeah, I'm blessed to have access to you. Not a lot of people boundaries. We
Boundaries.
don't have boundaries. Me and you
No,
do not have boundaries.
no,
So, because we're
hey,
friends.
it's literally I think the title of like, can I be honest, right? I think right when I'm about to hit Maria with something or Maria's about to call me out on my shit, it'd
Mm.
be Gato Maria, can I be honest? Like that this
Yeah.
is where you're messing up. This is where I'm
Hmm.
messing up. Or I think I really appreciate where you always help me check my ego. Where if I'm feeling a certain way about a certain situation or a certain person, and I can go to you because this is important. We need to have people around us who can say like, yeah, like it's you, like you're a little jealous or you're a little, your ego's taking over.
Yeah. Yeah.
um or if it's something that I appreciate where you can be like, and you're just always so good and so kind, is where you've always been like, well, no, you're just sentida, and as I'm in my soft era, I'm
Yeah.
learning that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm very sentida now. Like I'm such a
Hmm.
chiona. I'm
Cry baby.
such a crybaby. So
Yeah.
it's been interesting,
Hmm.
gravitating towards all of that. But so the interesting thing about Maria and I, we met through my late husband Andres. I
Hmm.
had never met Maria. One day, Andres came home and was like, "Hey, can you come to my CrossFit class at like 7 p.m.? I really want you to meet this person." And you know what? I think Maria, that was probably like what, a few months before he died, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I think like 9 months or so before he passed
Yeah,
away.
it
Hmm.
was it wasn't like a big period.
Yeah.
And so the background on that, you guys, is that I had never had that happen. Like I had never had Andres be like, you need to meet this girl,
And a
and
woman,
and a
a
woman.
girl, a
But you
girl.
but you know what was cool though, is that I remember I wasn't celosa.
Hmm.
I was very like, oh, okay, like,
You're
we
like,
were
let me
just
meet this bitch. Let me meet
I was
this bitch.
no, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see what this is about, because he'd never done that, right?
Hmm.
And believe it or not, you guys, it was like love at first sight. I think Maria
Yeah.
and I just like we clicked.
Hmm.
It was super supportive from day one.
Yeah.
She was very kind to me, very welcoming, but also from the bat, Maria. But I think this is just
Hmm.
you as a person. From the bat, you
Hmm.
were very much like, yo, you got an awesome husband. Like, he's my
Hmm.
coat. He's my, like, you were communicating boundaries. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
because there
Hmm.
there were girls who would try to hit on him. You know what I mean? So it
Totally.
was
Yeah.
it was nice. Off the bat, when I met Maria, it was, wow, she's a kind person,
Yeah.
and she's genuinely there to really work out, you know,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
um
yeah, yeah.
and you
Totally.
and again, right, you've been on your wellness journey. You've
Hmm.
you and same with I, where it's like we go up and down, we fail, we try every fad, every diet,
Everything,
every,
everything, even
but
ACG shots. I remember
all of
freaking
it.
sticking needles. It's crazy. I would never do that again. No,
I know, especially how
no,
little we were eating.
it's stupid. No, no, no. You taught me. I mean, yeah, when I met you, that's what it all began. Yeah, when you're in your journey healing from Andres passing away and being in this crazy journey, a solo journey, then it was, you had an amazing journey. I mean, and I'm kind of happy that I was there. I was kind of
Yeah,
witness to it because I saw
yeah,
you go up and down, and I kind of learned from that too.
yeah. But
It's
it's
like how they say, learn from other people's mistakes.
yes, yes,
you
and you know
know.
what? And I feel like that's why that's so huge, and that's what I pride myself with Cam, is that
Mm-hmm.
I love to share with the women, like, this is where I messed up. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
me, right? This is where I
Mm-hmm.
failed. And don't get me wrong, I know
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have to fail in our own way, but
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. It's one of those things of
Mm-hmm.
just like, you fail and you're just like, dude, don't be me. Don't do the HCG shots or whatever the heck that was.
No, don't do the lemonade diet. Even though it does work, it does
It does
work.
work. You
But you
do
gotta be
process.
careful. Yeah, you have to be careful.
But
Yeah.
so we have to talk about your recent glow up because you have been putting in the work.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I can see it in your face. I mean, your skin has always been really amazing. So like
Mm.
that you've always had really good
Yeah.
skin, but
Yeah.
it's that snatching, like your
Mm-hmm.
face is tiny. The last time I saw you in person, which was a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
like your waist was super tiny. Share with everybody what you have fallen in love with right now.
Um, I'm falling in love with routine. I
Mm,
actually like it. I never had it, and finally I have it. So, real quick on my fitness journey, I did start doing the teas that you
mhm.
started doing. That's
Ellie's
how it all
teeth, Ellie's
started.
teeth,
Yeah.
Ellie's teeth are really good.
2019 COVID, you gave me the teas for my
2020,
birthday. 20 was it
2020,
no, 2019? No, you're right. 2020.
2020, 2020.
2020, you gave me the teas for my birthday. You're
Mm-hmm.
like, happy birthday, bitch. Drink these teas. And I did it for you. I didn't do it for me.
Oh,
That's the thing. Like, I did it for you, but it was
yeah,
really for me. But I did it because I didn't want to let you down. So I remember I did the teas, lost like 40 pounds, was
yeah,
happy. I loved it. But then COVID ended, and then I went back to work
yeah.
and then gained everything back plus more. And I
No,
struggled.
no,
Yeah,
you didn't.
yeah.
You didn't?
Yeah, like 45 pounds. Because I was like at 205 was the most I've ever, when I started the teas in 2020, I was 205. So I gained
Wow.
back almost that. Yeah.
And you know what? You know what's so wild though, Maria, is that I've
Mm.
never, even you telling me that weight, like I never have pictured you like that. Do you know what I mean? Like because
Yeah, I
I
don't
I
know.
always I always saw you and I was always like, oh, like she looks good. Like, she curvy, like a curvy
It's
Latina.
weird. Like I'll see myself in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I look good. And then I see
Right?
candid pictures of me. I'm like, ooh, who is that? Like, what the hell? Is my mirror like a circus? Like, yeah, yeah. But no, I like what I see now. Yeah, I like what I see now. I finally got the right formula. Like you said, I found out what works for me. And routine, meal prepping, my daughter being in it with me. She's 16 years
A
old.
buddy,
She's
a buddy.
yes, buddy system.
Yeah,
People that support you, your coworkers that support you, your friends
yeah.
that support you. Even though I don't see you much because I know you're busy or just came back from vacation with your honeymoon with your honey.
No,
But
girl,
just
that was just my anniversary trip of dating. We still got our
oh, I thought it was
honeymoon.
the honeymoon. Girl, your ass is always in a honeymoon. So even because I don't see you because you're, out over there and all over the world, but just even words of encouragement too, that helps. Like,
Yeah.
hey, how are you doing in your journey? And I'm about to bite that burger and you text me and I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, that's right. So stuff like that helps. So that's what works,
So,
routine.
but you know what I'm hearing from you, Maria, is that I think what's crazy because you tell me if this was part of your journey too, is
Mm-hmm,
that when I was trying to crack the code, because I think what people have to understand, we all have different codes to crack.
mm-hmm, yeah.
Your code was very different from my code.
Mm-hmm,
Me, it was I wasn't getting enough sleep and I wasn't eating enough.
mm.
I wasn't
Oh,
eating enough protein. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm, yeah.
And and then because I had the discipline down, I had the workout down. My
Mm-hmm.
problem was I shouldn't have been working out as hard. That I
Mm.
lost weight when I took rest days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah. You worked
right?
out a lot. Too much. I
Remember,
was like, girl, are you sure? I don't know. I gotta talk to Orange Theory because they can't be letting you work out 3 times a damn day. Like I was about to call them. Like,
no, you know what's funny is that I remember the trainer, one of the trainers. I was like, hey, so this is my third workout. And it was like back to back, right? And I would go hard on each workout. And I remember the trainer was like, I was like, yeah, so this is my third workout. I'm like, it's good, right? Like I'm cool, like I'm good. And he just looked at me. He just looked at me and he was like, I want you to ask yourself a question.
That's crazy.
And he goes, uh, you should have killed it on the first one. So
Uh-huh.
why are you,
Right.
why he was like, why do you have energy to do two and three, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
the thing that I was very good at doing was white knuckling.
Mm-hmm.
And even though my body would tell me you're exhausted, you're like stop, like don't lift
Yeah.
anymore, don't run
Yeah.
anymore. I'm that person who I would ignore it and I would
Mm-hmm.
push through and I would just be like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good, I'm good. And
Yeah.
that's not healthy either. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm-mm. No.
it's not. And
No.
so it's interesting, like you just said, the cracking the code. So for
Mm-hmm.
you, can you share with people what worked for you? What was it that, that you could say that began? Because I feel like for a lot of us, when we start our wellness journey, it's
Mm-hmm.
the boring stuff we don't want to do. And it and
Mm-hmm.
it really comes down to simple, boring, repetitive is going to get
Mm-hmm.
you to your goals.
Yeah. Yep.
But can you share your simple repetitive? What did you crack about you?
Well, the first thing I went to the doctor. So please go get your blood done, check to
Yes.
see what's going on. First see where you're at. So I did that. I
Yeah.
did a bunch of blood work. I mean, I just turned 44, so I did hormonal stuff. And
Woo-hoo.
yeah,
Okay.
everything was good. So as soon as the doctor said green light, go for it. Then I was good. And then
Yeah.
what I did was I got a gym membership. I was very against that. I'm not a gym person. I don't
Really?
like,
I didn't know
no,
that.
no, because of the Instagram, all like little bitches are all in their little freaking cute outfits. And I'm like, I'm not going to be wearing that stuff. So I was always like anti gym, right? But then I'm like, you know what? I did everything else. I got to do something different. Like, I got to do
Okay, that's
something
the
different.
key. That's the
Mm-hmm.
key though, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
the definition of insanity is doing the
Mm-hmm.
same thing over and over again, expecting a
Yes.
different outcome.
Mm-hmm. So I did it. I
Wow.
got the membership, and then after the membership, I did. They do like a composition test.
So you checked your
So
body fat.
yeah, to check all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're 50% body fat." I'm like, "What?" But I feel cute. Like I feel good. Like people turn heads when they see me. Like I'm 50% fat. Like I was like,
So that
wow. It was a
okay.
reality check.
So that was the aha moment
It
for you.
was. Yes, it was.
It was
Yeah.
okay, okay.
The aha moment plus that little 20-year-old trainer that was her
No,
and another guy. Yes, her
you
and
got
another
to.
guy. Yes, this little trainer. She was like a cute 24, beautiful, nice and fit, very cute. I'm never mean to people. You know me.
No,
I'm
no, you're
like,
not. No, you're not.
even if I
You
get a
give
bad vibe, I'm not gonna be mean to you.
you give credit where it's due. So you're yes,
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like,
totally.
okay,
You're a
little
girl's
bitch, you
girl.
look good. Like, okay, good, whatever. And then there was another guy with her that was doing it with me. So he was
Yeah,
training her while he was doing my composition test. So he
yeah,
had me do certain, lifts and lunges, and they're like observing me how,
yeah. They're doing
how hard
assessment.
I'm huffing and puffing and
Yeah.
so the aha moment was when both of them, mainly her, said, "Oh, good job. You can do it. See? Good job." Like just the way she said it was like you said the word. There's a word you said. Like she felt sorry for me.
The
Like she had
compassion. She had
yes,
empathy. She had empathy
yes,
and compassion for you.
yes. And when I
And your
heard that
ego,
in her
no,
voice,
no, your ego got triggered.
girl, I learned I have an ego. I just recently learned that. I was denying it, but yeah, I have an ego. So when that
We
little
all
bitch
do. We
was
all do.
saying that, like if I was, to me, it felt like I was like a 90-year-old elderly woman, and she's like, "Yay!" And it hurt my ego. I was like, "All right, little bitch, watch when I come back." Watch when I come back. So
Girl,
yeah, that hit me
espérate.
hard. Yeah. After that, I was like, oh no, it's freaking on. So then I started doing meal prep, got little
But you know what,
recipes.
Maria, what you really did, and I actually want to try it because so many people have talked about the
hmm
cell I can't even say it, cell
Oh, the water
regeneration.
fast. Girl,
Maria, you guys,
yes.
Maria did a water fast that is
Yes.
supposed to like detoxify your body from like cancer cells and like all these like
Uh-huh.
bad things. And
Not only that, keratosis. It puts
dang,
the body in keratosis where it starts grabbing fat. I lost 10 pounds.
and you, let me tell you, I would check in on her, you guys. I'd be like, yo, girl, today's day 2, because you were going to do 5 days, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was
And you were
only
only
gonna do
supposed to,
three. Yeah, three. But then
and you
I'm
did
like, you
5.
know what? If I feel good after the third day, I'm gonna go for five. And I
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
And she did. She pushed herself. I would text her and I'd be like, hey, girl, today's day 3. How we feeling? Because
hmm
I'm worried, right? Because the level of discipline, Maria, that
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
that was already, so for me, when you did that and you were like easy peasy, I remember thinking to
hmm
myself, I remember being home one time and being like, okay, she's ready. This is
Yeah.
different. This time it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
I'm like,
did it.
she's ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So 5 days water fast. All I had was water and I had electrolytes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. That was it. So everyone can look it up. It's legit. Obviously, you got to consult a doctor,
Yeah.
but definitely that was the kickstart for me. Is the water fast. I lost 10 pounds. Yep.
And okay, and then so you lose the water, you
hmm
lose the 10 pounds with the water fast.
Yeah.
And then where's your headspace next? What is it next?
I was
What are
like
you
pumped
thinking?
up. I was like, hell yeah, 10 pounds down. Let's go. Like I got good momentum. And that's when I went
Yeah.
to Costco and got chicken breasts, brown rice. Because my friend told me, keep it simple.
Yes.
Just if you
Yes.
can just keep it simple. I know it's hard. A lot of people get bored eating the same thing, but if you can just break that for a good, three
Couple weeks,
months,
man.
yeah, or a
Yeah.
couple of weeks. He just said a month. Chicken, brown rice,
Mm-hmm.
vegetables.
Yep.
Chicken, brown rice,
Yep.
vegetables. Chicken, and I'm like, yes. So yeah, and I was doing it. I was meal prepping that
And
for the whole
and
week.
and the consistency that you started to build, right? Because
Yeah.
again, because this is the thing that I think when it starts to get really hard in a wellness journey,
hmm
is that
Yeah.
people need to understand is that the discipline and habit kick in when you don't want to eat the chicken and rice no more, and when you don't want to show up
hmm
to the gym no more. It's the discipline and the habit that is like you're sitting there being like, I don't want to eat this and I don't want to go to the gym. But what happens is it kicks in and you go, but I have to. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I have
go.
to.
I'm gonna
Yep.
go because today is my leg day. And
hmm
tomorrow's cardio and
hmm
I can't mess up my week. The self accountability starts to kick in,
hmm
and the reality is how do you feel after going to the gym? Doesn't matter how exhausted you are from the day. How do you feel after the gym?
I feel pumped, like I accomplished
Amazing.
something. I feel great. I feel like I'm like accomplished something.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it feels
Yeah.
good. Totally feels good. The feeling
And
of like the dopamine feeling.
the dopamine, the
Or what does
being
the
able to
girls
be like,
have?
no, no, like
It is
it's
dopamine?
we totally get that high. It's a
Mm-hmm.
high. And again, that's why, when people are going through certain things, for me in my process of my journey and healing and
Mm-hmm.
grieving, working out was my therapy. It's still my therapy
Mm-hmm.
now,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Mm-hmm.
hiking grounds me. I do my best thinking when I'm
Mm-hmm.
by myself with a bunch of nature and I get
Yeah.
to really think things through, especially when I'm around the mountains and the water. It's like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel really relaxed and at peace. But it's one of those things where you start to get addicted to it, and it's a good
Yeah.
addiction.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even on my vacation today was arm like upper body day. I got it in. I got it in.
Okay,
It's
okay,
mandatory, no matter what.
because
Yeah.
you've built the habit and you've
Mm-hmm.
built the discipline.
Yes.
You now understand there is no negotiation, there are no distractions that are going
Nope.
to take you away from your healthy lifestyle that you have
Yeah.
created.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, there's no stopping because I'm like, I'm 44. The next 44 years are going to be good. I'm going to be healthy.
Yes,
I'm going to set the tone. So when I'm older, I'm going to be healthy. Yeah. I made
you're
a
good.
decision. I did. Yep. And you know what's
Because
hard too? You know what's hard with the whole journey? What I've noticed a lot too is even at work, like we all have jobs, like,
yeah,
we all have
yeah.
people we come across. Like, and sometimes you don't even want to tell no one you're on a diet or on a journey because
Oh,
you hear that negativity or you hear another one, like, what
yeah.
now? Like, when even at work, they're like, oh, you're on a diet again. Like, and I'm like, you know what? Okay,
You're okay, hater.
yeah, like I'm not even gonna say anything. So yeah, last week there was like a baby shower at work. One of our coworkers is
Oh, okay.
pregnant, and they had like all this like bad food that I can't eat.
Yeah,
Because it was not my cheat day, so I couldn't eat it. So I had my little meal prep meal, and I'm having fun with
nice.
everyone. Like with my little meal prep meal, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, look at her with her meal prep," and I'm just like, I don't even say anything because before I'd be like, okay, watch when I'm in the beach with my two-piece and
Uh-huh.
you're over here, like eating the same crap, you're not gonna say nothing. But I want to say that. But
I know.
I don't want to
But
be
why
mean
why is it different this time? Because
because
you
I'm
don't because you
clearly know what I want.
exactly. Why? Because you
Mm-hmm.
have a path,
Mm-hmm.
you know where you're going, and no
Mm-hmm.
one and nobody is gonna get in the way. And let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you, when you start to go to family events or work events where
Mm-hmm.
you bring your own food, that's when you know you're on another level.
Yeah. Yep. Like, don't mess with me. And you can talk shit, but you're not gonna make me stop. Like, I'm gonna
But
keep going.
it just communicates the level of the commitment that you're at.
Yeah. 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 Totally. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
look, we all have choices throughout the day. We all have choices throughout the day. And look, some people's genetics may be really great, but let me tell you, once 40 hits, let me tell
Ooh.
you, ladies, you may have some nice genetics in your 20s, but when 40 hits, the sagging starts,
Mm-hmm.
the processed food that you're used to eating will start to show
Mm-hmm.
up. And it's
Yeah.
one of those things where I saw a meme the other day on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram where it said, um, by the time you're 40, you start to pay attention to who's really taking care of themselves and who didn't. Because we also
Totally.
look older when we're
Yeah.
heavier and when we're out of shape.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and and we're not mindful of the amount of sleep we need. Because
Mm-hmm.
when I think about the party and bullshit that I was doing when I was like super
Mm-hmm.
single, it was one of those
Yeah.
things, right? It was one of those things where it's like you think about like the alcohol consumption, and it's like I think
Mm-hmm.
about how much alcohol I have now. I'm like, I didn't even drink alcohol on our trip, and usually on
Yeah.
our trips
Yeah.
is when I drink.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. You don't need it. Yeah.
you do, but it's also because, Maria, you also hit something. You hit the nail on the head. It's also because you surround yourself with the right people who
Mm-hmm.
are who are also on their own journey, and they support you and will
Mm-hmm.
encourage you and will
Yes.
tell you not to give up. But
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you, I'm a firm believer. If someone's gonna talk the talk, they better walk the walk. So if anybody's
Mm-hmm.
gonna say anything to you, they better
Yes.
have done it and kept it
Uh-huh.
and maintained it, right? And I think
Yes.
that's something that I'm very grateful for my followers and for
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, because I don't think I would have stayed as on top of it. But
Mm-hmm.
what it was always in the back of my mind was, who am I to tell somebody who I just messaged, like, oh yeah, eat protein, eat veggies, eat this, and then here I am comiendo una torta or like a
Yeah.
pizza or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
my account. That was my accountability, because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute. If I'm not aligned,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm talking the talk and not walking the walk, then who the heck
Mm-hmm.
am I? Like I'm a fake.
Yeah.
Like I'm a fake, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was, no, I got to be about it. And the
Yep.
moment that I made that switch years ago, it was like, yeah, the alignment and the being able to say something, but it's also because I've done it, I've been there, I'm on the journey. Like right now, I'm in maintenance mode, and I love it. I love my
Mm-hmm.
body. I
Yeah.
love where I'm at.
And you're
I
disappearing and you're not even doing anything. What the hell, man?
Well, I
Shit.
mean, the wedding stress really got me like really, really lean. I feel like I got
Yeah.
skinnier after the wedding. I don't know if it's because the
Yes.
stress just right.
Yes, you
Like
did.
I feel like the stress that I had at the wedding, and then after the wedding, it was like I lost another 5, 10 pounds. I don't know.
I want to get stressed
It
and
was
lose
crazy.
weight. Damn.
But I'll make you laugh. On our trip, I was very this isn't, I'm telling you, I'm in my soft era. This isn't the
Mm.
Carolina from like 5, 7 years ago. This Carolina
No.
was
Mm-mm.
very open to, we're gonna have a Colombian dish, I'm gonna eat it. And and
Nice.
unfortunately, Latin American dishes are very heavy on carbs, right? And
Yeah, totally.
it's right, it's
Mm-hmm.
frijoles, it's rice,
Everything.
it's
Starch.
plantains,
Yeah.
starches. So for me, the old Gato would have freaked out coming back and gaining 6 pounds. I gained 6 pounds. I'm a little thicker, but it's okay.
Wow. No, you can't even
Um,
tell.
but the old Gato would have like freaked out, right?
Yeah, no, I won't.
And but because I'm in a soft era where
Mm-hmm.
I truly love who I am, who I've
Mm-hmm.
become, who I'm gonna become. Um, I love my body. I love where I'm at with my body, but it's because of the 8 years of up and down that I've
Yeah,
learned.
totally.
I've learned where I've messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've had to fail. I've had to go through the immature gym phase to the mature gym phase.
Yeah.
Um, but that when I jumped on the scale, I was very surprised that I wasn't like, oh my God, okay, now I need to eat air
Yeah.
and not
Because you know
and
what to
not
do. You already set the
because
tone for yourself. You know how to
it
reset.
is different.
Boom.
And when I
Mm-hmm.
worked out today in Orange Theory. I did a bunch of weights. And let me tell you, it was nice to be like, you know what? I see that muscle popping through. Like, I'm
See?
okay. Like, I'm
Yeah.
good
And you came from
because,
vacation. Like,
but it's interesting though, right? Because again,
yeah.
you hit something that I think a lot of us have struggled with when we're at the office. It's not
Mm-hmm.
having the support. It's people sabotaging you, whether they are purposely doing it or just
Mm-hmm.
unconsciously doing it. But it's also one of
Yeah.
those things where it's like the environment is everything, Maria.
Yeah. What you surround
I've
yourself. Yeah.
What you surround yourself with is
Mm-hmm.
everything. If you surround yourself with people who drink a lot, guess what? You're going to be the fifth
Mm-hmm.
person drinking a
Mm-hmm.
lot. If you
Yep.
surround yourself with foodies, guess what? You're going to be the fifth foodie, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's energy. It's it spreads. It's a ripple effect. And there was a point that I share this with all of my mentees
Mm-hmm.
is that I always tell them, be ready. There's going to be a phase
Mm-hmm.
in the journey where it's going to get real lonely
Yeah. Yeah. You're
because
right. Yep.
because because it's your goal and it's your
Mm-hmm.
journey. And Kelly's going to have school now, right?
Yeah.
And she's going to have all her AP classes and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's going to have to be your new routine. What is Maria's new routine?
Yep, yep. On my own. No,
On
she
your
was my
own,
buddy. Now she's like, no, I don't want to go because this and that. And I'm like, girl, let's go. And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm going. I'm out.
right? But that's
Mm.
good because the old Maria would have been like, oh, okay, well, Kelly's not going to go. I'm going to stay home.
Totally. I'm like, oh, good. I'll stay home. I'll take a nap.
Right? And
No, no.
that's not you, girl.
Mm-mm.
That's not
No.
you. You've changed so much
Yeah.
in just the past couple of weeks that I've
Mm-hmm.
seen in you because
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, where I'm super excited for you is the
Mm-hmm.
consistency,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like all this consistency that I'm just like, damn, this girl's doing
Mm-hmm.
it, and
Yeah.
I'm not,
So, mm-hmm.
and I'm not like shoving it down your throat. I'm
No,
not
no.
like,
You
it's
support me, no, but you support me. It's not
yeah,
alone. Like I know I'm not alone because I have
no, you're
you.
not.
Like I
Yeah,
know I have you. I can't say I'm alone. No, I have you. You're on me. Just I know I'm not alone.
no,
But I think, like you said, this is different. But I think it's the beginning of something because I think this will trickle down into my other, not only a
everything.
relationship with myself, with a relationship with others, my
Yes,
life, my career,
yes,
relationships,
yes.
dating, dating.
We're not. That's
I know we
another
don't want to talk
episode.
about that.
That's another
Finding
episode.
love. No. I know I'm
No, no,
anti
no.
that, but
Eh, But you know what? You bring up a good thing, Maria. You're right. It's
Mhm,
what people have to understand is that when they're in a journey like this, what ends up happening is
mhm,
you kill off the old Maria. The old Maria is
mhm.
dead, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and there is a period of grieving. You have to grieve your old self. But
Yeah.
there's this new Maria that's coming. And she's
Mhm.
a badass and she's committed and she's
Yeah.
focused and she's
Mhm.
driven and there are no distractions.
Yeah.
And And that level up
Mm-hmm.
that Maria is having, that's level one of level up. There's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a level two, a level three. It's
Yep.
endless. It's endless for us. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're right.
I
It's gonna change.
mm-hmm. And maybe that's what I'm afraid of.
You gotta stop. Yeah, I swear to God,
But you know what
you
I mean?
Leos.
Like I'm just saying, like maybe that's what like, like fear of something different because I've been like the way I am for so long, but it didn't serve me because I'm a single mom. I could have had a good man, but I chose wrong. But I could have chose better if I loved myself better. Like
So
I'm
okay,
realizing a
so
lot of things.
which is amazing, and I'm glad
Mm,
you bring that up because
yeah.
I think people with as much as you want to share,
Mm-hmm.
but I think people when they hear that it's like okay, it's okay to make a mistake,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
it's okay, it's okay to leave, it's okay to
Mm-hmm.
end things. It's you know,
Mm-hmm.
life is
Yeah.
so short, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also having to figure out,
Yeah.
okay, you know, this situation was this,
Mm-hmm.
but if I keep repeating the same mistake, I'm the common denominator, right? There's a lot of reflecting that needs to go on.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But I
Mm-hmm.
have to share your
Mm-hmm.
mindset is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Yeah.
mindset is different. You've had growth.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a level of not that you weren't mature before, but another
Mm-hmm.
level of maturity, you
Yeah.
know, where
Mm-hmm.
um like I always say, closure when and people are dating and they're like, oh no, I need closure. And it's like, no, 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 your ego needs closure.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, the
Yeah.
the closure, women listening, the closure is you just walking away and not needing to speak to them ever again.
Yeah. Just
That's
let it
when you know you're
go.
done. That's when you know
Let
you're
it
done.
go.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's when you know you're done. That's when you know it's okay. Is when you don't need to have the last word, when you don't need to reach out, it's just we don't gotta speak ever again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and there's
It's like
nothing
just
that
block them, but you don't block them because you want to hear them call you, so then you can tell your friend, "Girl, guess who
hmm
called me?" Like it's like we like that little drama. It's like no, it's not necessary no more.
it's not, and I think
Hmm.
I think that's what happens, right? Because
Hmm.
you like you said, you are in a place of wellness, you love yourself, but
Hmm.
all of that is leveling up, right?
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
so the way you see yourself, the way you carry yourself, the way you're speaking, all of that is
Hmm.
changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's changing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's changing. And again, like I'm excited to see that, you've traveled a lot this year, which was
Hmm.
never your thing. You would never do that. And you've
Nope.
opened yourself up to, being able to explore, and you realize that you like traveling, right?
Yeah. You always told me, girl, you need to travel. And I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna get in no plane. Like I can't do that. And then at the end of the year, remember, I was like, I manifested, or my one of my vision boards. I was
Yeah,
like, you know what, 2024, I'm gonna travel. But
you did.
when I said it, I know I said it, but I was like, that other half of me was like, yeah, right, girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
your ass ain't going nowhere.
yeah.
But look, yeah, New Orleans. Where else? I forgot already where I went. New
You went
Orleans.
to
Where else?
Mexico, New Orleans,
Mexico, New
several
Orleans,
trips to Hawaii,
Hawaii. There's
different
another
islands of
place I
Hawaii.
went. Where did I go? I don't know.
Um,
It just seems like I've been. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, I manifested that. So, and
and
there's more to come.
and
There's more.
oh, there's so much more. But again, I think when it comes to manifesting, it really starts with us. People think it's like a wish list. No, 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 no. Manifesting is you. It's your energy. It's how much you love yourself. It's how much you're
Hmm.
willing to surrender, and how much are you willing to say yes to, right? Like
Hmm.
how much
Hmm.
are you willing to be like, you know what? Yeah, I want the newest car, or I want my dream
Hmm.
car,
Hmm. Yep.
and not having that voice in the back of your head say, "But girl, you're not worthy of it."
Yeah, I
Right?
have that voice. Yeah, like,
We
oh,
all
how are you gonna
do.
do that? How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna hit the kids? How are
We
you gonna
all
leave the
do.
kids? The kids need you. Yeah,
We
like
all do.
constantly, like, ooh, yeah, yep,
But
yep.
but
That's
the
why I want to
way,
start meditating. I
oh
start doing
yeah,
that.
meditating's good. Even doing like the four breaths where it's counting four, and then
Oh,
breathing, counting four, then breathing, counting four. That one's really good. I think Kenneth calls it box breathing. because it's
Oh,
like a box.
you know what? Yeah, I've done it with Kenny. When I trained
Yes,
with him, we would
yeah,
stop and we would breathe, and he's like, "How does that feel?" And I'm like, "That
it
feels
feels
good."
good. It feels
Yeah,
good,
yeah, you're
right?
right. I forgot I did that with him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really relaxing and just calming, but it also you just decompress. Um,
yeah, yeah.
so life is crazy. So, Maria, what would you
Mm-hmm.
say, you know, can I be honest?
Yes.
What would you tell your younger self of who you are today?
Oh my God. I would tell little Maria, don't let other people's opinion,
Mm,
judgment about you affect what you truly want to do. Because at the
yeah,
end of the day, you wake up with yourself, you're your self motivator, you're the one that's going to get you where you need to be. You. Like
yeah,
I wish I would have paid attention to that and not care, not
yeah.
care what judgment, not being judged. But I don't know why that fear comes in. I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, where did I get that from? Why did I fear judgment at a teenage age? So that's something I got to
Well,
explore.
I feel I could be wrong, but I feel the judgment comes from us being insecure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that means you got to tap into your insecurity of what is it that I'm insecure of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
know when I was younger, I was very, I wasn't in high school, I was the same height of almost all the guys, right? I'm a tall Latina. So
Yeah,
like all the football players with like I'm the same height as all the football players. And
you
it was
are
so bad,
freaking avatar. You're freaking
you
avatar.
know. And I laugh because I used to think I was such a torta in high school, right? I used to think I was such a torta.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like 165, girl. I think before the
Imagine.
trip, I know before the trip, I was 172. So in my head, I'm thinking like I was so mean to myself,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's because we we didn't have the mindset or anybody around us to say, no, don't think like that. You're limitless.
Right.
No, don't think
Right.
like that. I think I want to say
Mm-hmm.
for me, where that started to kick in for me in my journey
Mm-hmm.
was uh my mentor. I want to
Mm.
say my mentor from USC, my professor,
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the one who was like, you're gonna create a vision board, you're gonna dream big.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
What
wait,
is?
I can't dream big. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not allowed to. And he'd be like, why aren't you allowed to? Well, because I'm Latina and I'm a woman, and
Yeah.
just so many things that we don't know that we do to ourselves. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yep, yep. Our parents instill in us like
Yeah.
confident, being outspoken, but there's other things that, they didn't know. They didn't
They
know
didn't know.
to instill power or like say things,
They didn't
it's just
know.
different. They didn't know. We don't judge them for it.
No,
So,
no. And
but now we
that's
know.
another that's another thing too, right? Is just having forgiveness for
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
people, forgiveness to our parents of I always told myself in my journey, I was like, it's not my mom and dad's job to
Mm-hmm.
heal me or to fix me with what's
Mm-hmm.
going on.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what does Carolina need for this next chapter in life that I have no clue of what's going to happen, right?
No,
Like
no.
literally starting over like from the ground up, dirt poor, eating couple noodles.
No clue, but you know it's going to be better
No
because
clue.
you're better, because you know better, because your foundation's stronger. And you have Jonathan now.
Oh
It's just,
yeah.
you're going to be good. You're going to be good.
I'm telling you, that's why I feel like I'm in my soft era, is
Yeah.
because he is so good at being alpha,
Mm-hmm.
but in not a disrespectful way, that
Mm-hmm.
I'm allowed to be my feminine energy. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
and I and I appreciate all the leadership that he takes, where like something as simple as planning our anniversary trip, it was just so nice for him. I the whole
Mm.
trip he was like travel princess, and I'm like, yes, I'm a travel princess. But it
Oh.
was just so nice because, I was the leader
Mm-hmm.
previously, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to figure everything out, and I was never allowed to be in a soft era. And
Mm-hmm.
so now, having Jonathan in my life, and just
Yeah.
just the way our relationship is. And again, we're not perfect. I'll never sit here and be like, oh, we're perfect. No, we're not. We have disagreements, we have arguments, like we
Yeah.
have difficult conversations, right? Any healthy relationship has to have difficult conversations.
Yes. Yes.
And we're honest with each other.
Yeah.
But I think it's changed from the immature ways of how I used to argue
Yeah.
to we're listening, we're conversating.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need? What do I need? How are we
Yes.
gonna compromise? You know, um,
Yeah.
but oh yeah, I'm so grateful for
Yeah.
him. I mean, you've seen it, Maria. You've
Yeah. Yeah.
seen you've seen the change in me, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember because you were the first person that I introduced him to,
Mm-hmm.
and we were at the soccer game, remember? And
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah.
we were at your house. We were at your house and in the
Yeah.
soccer game. And I remember when we went to your house, I was like, well, I'm going to introduce you as my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnson was like, I'm telling you, he's so good at being alpha. He was like, no, you're going to introduce me as your boyfriend. And I'm like,
Oh.
I was like, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Wow. Yeah.
But
He claimed it. He claimed it
he
quick.
claimed it.
That's what a real man does. He knows what he wants and he claims it.
He claimed it. Yeah, he
No
did.
bullshit. Yeah. No tap
And
dancing around it.
no, and
Mm-hmm.
ladies, if you're ever confused about a situation with a man, if you ever have to guess or you're waiting for like the next step, no, you're not getting a clear communication because a man
Mm-hmm.
will clearly tell you what the next few steps are going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and will be honest with you and will be upfront and will tell you his plans, what does he want, what can he offer. But there's no guessing game. If you're confused,
Mm-hmm.
one of my old Cher told me that if
Mm-hmm.
you're ever confused, it's not the right guy.
He ain't the one.
He ain't the one. If you're ever
Yeah.
confused, she was like next. And she's a Leo too. I swear to God, I love my Leos.
Oh,
You guys are
Leos. Whoop
you
whoop.
guys you guys balance me, man. You guys check me and keep me sane. But
Mm-hmm.
again, Maria, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your vacation.
Yeah,
You
always.
know, you and I, we can talk for like 2-3 hours or
Oh my God. Forever.
but I do appreciate you sharing your journey of your
Hmm.
wellness, what you've gone through, what worked for
Yeah.
you, what didn't work for you, what really triggered you to get you started and what you
Yeah.
wanted. And just like you said, I can't wait to do another checkup episode with you a
Yeah.
year from now, right?
Oh my
And
God.
to be like, wow, the ripple effect of
Yeah.
my wellness to my work, to my
Hmm.
love life, to my personal friendships, and because
Hmm.
it's a ripple effect when you start
Yeah.
to work on yourself from the inside out,
Hmm.
changes start to be made.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, you start choosing different. And I've seen that in you. So I'm excited for you.
Totally. Yeah, me
So
too.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for
Thank
being a part of my
you.
podcast. I
Yeah.
really appreciate again, she's in Hawaii, you guys. I just gotta say that. She's in Hawaii right now. And she took the time
Of
to do
course.
that. So I'm
Yes.
so grateful for your time because that is one thing that we don't get back. So thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. And I'm gonna let you go back to the amazing water and beach.
Yeah.
Please tan for me because I got like
Yes.
no color.
I know. I know. I love it. Sunblock. I do wear a lot of sunblock.
There you go. Oh, you know what? And that's another thing. You can talk to people on the next episode on what you do with your skin. Because I bet you a bunch of people are asking now, like, what does that girl do with her skin? She's 44. What does
Oh
she
my
do?
God.
Botox.
A
We
lot
love
of
Botox.
things. Yeah. Baby Botox. Yeah. Skin we'll talk about another time.
Okay, well, thank you, Maria. Truly
Welcome.
appreciate it. I love you.
Love
And
you.
this is just the beginning. So I can't
That's
wait to check
right.
in with you later.
That's right, girl. Bye, everyone.